Oops, wrong button. Hey, guess what I did? Screw it up. It just stayed. There we go.
Nothing to see here. Wait, no, stay. There is stuff to see. I'm kidding.
Wow. Huh. That was
Going on,
ridiculous.
fellas?
Hello.
I don't know. I was talking to Tanner too much before the stream there. Kind of just forgot to do everything. So, and then it was one of those things where I went to start doing things and YouTube changed the way that I enter the system now. I don't know. Something weird.
Sounds intense. How many bags are you opening up tonight?
I'm going to open up 2 to start.
Yeah, good call.
And you know what? I don't even care if they're the right ones.
That's a good call too.
Uh-oh.
I'll do what I
Hey
want.
there, Rob. Oh, good to be here with you guys.
So what's that, sorry, sir?
It says good to be here with you guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a
Thank you for
little
joining
quiet. You're
My,
just a
my
little
quiet.
good
quiet.
mic is not working great, but I'll.
You got to put it down your throat a little bit more.
How's that a bit better?
That's better.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I just didn't want to be too loud. Yeah, I did a stream earlier today with a bunch of people, and I now I feel like I'm doing a lot of streaming today, but this feels a lot more relaxed. I'm looking forward to just chilling with you guys here.
Awesome.
Oh, just wait till Tanner starts asking you the questions.
Uh-oh. Give me the gears.
Yeah. If you don't get them right,
Okay, Kevin's got a cheat sheet.
because I never get them right. Eric will be joining us. He's just a little late.
Excellent.
He's at a Halloween tug off.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty hot.
It's pretty hot.
Well, who all do we have here tonight? We got Rob Claxton. We got PBJ.
Mm-hmm. Cosmo's in the house.
Cosmo Candy's here. Deb's here. Todd's here. Todd's watching us while he watches his Diamondbacks in the World Series tonight.
Ooh,
What's that like? Not a team in the World Series. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, right. Got Parkdale Playboy. We got Wendy's here. We got Brick and Broods here in the house, in the chat, and everything. Jenny Bricks is here. And I think that's it. We've probably got a couple more people lurking. So
Everybody's always lurking.
And Eric will be here a bit later. What are you, Kevin? You're going to keep working on the Venator, maybe even open up that second box?
Well, we'll see. I've got 4 bags left in the first box.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He's going to be pushing it. And you look like you're working on some Star Wars too, Broodski.
Yes, sir. I'm on bag 8 of the X-Wing.
New X-Wing.
The new X-Wing.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like a Y-wing right now, but you know.
Yeah. When I was on the stream earlier, and they're saying like an E-wing.
Yeah, E-wing. I can see that.
So, yeah.
Well, I want Tanner to start off because he's got some sharing to do, and just to fill you in, I will be depressed, even more depressed than the first time that he shared this with me tonight.
Don't be depressed. Hi, Doug. Hi, Eric. Okay, so I know I talked about it last week, but I was looking at some sets that I could kind of wrap up and take into my local buy-sell trade because I didn't really love them, and I'm not really looking to pack them up and move them across the country when I move across the country. So figured I've done it before, as you all know. I've taken some stuff in there and gotten some value out of it from them, and then either done trade or got cash. So I did that again today, and I came home. I brought in, I think, probably 15 sets, maybe mostly smaller Harry Potter stuff. But I brought the big Hogwarts Castle in as well. I didn't really want that one anymore. You don't really need it now that like the one that just came out, that small mini scale one. That one's perfect, and it can fit on a freaking countertop instead of a, huge ass take up a whole shelf. But so I came back with 3 sets. So I have all the, I now have all the Skylines but one. I'm just missing Chicago, but I got Berlin here. This one is a used set, but they do a certified pre-owned there now. So this is Berlin. So I'm just missing Chicago now of the Skyline.
Chicago.
Ooh.
I got this wonderful set.
Wow, look at that box.
Yeah, so this is
look at that box.
This blimp is genuine Lego. And I also got a free 2-year membership to the Lego Club. So but
film the cool part. Film the cool part.
Which part?
Open up the box.
Oh, so the seal on this was broken, but other than that, it's pristine and brand new. But
Tanner is not into breaking seals.
I don't like to break the seal. But the way they used to have this set is you could just put your pieces inside the blimp.
Cool.
Look at that, eh?
Yeah.
Then you could take your blimp over to your friend's house and you guys could blimp it on up.
Yeah, you might get some lube and you could really have some fun with this thing.
Holy.
Right?
This stream was relaxed and now it's just not. Holy.
All right. So the last one that I got.
This is the one that made me cry.
So this one, the guy said he had a collector that came in there and he had bought lots of sets in the early 2000s, and he bought 2 when he bought them. He bought 1 for himself to do, and then he bought 1 to seal away and sell later. And he sealed them all away, like he'd box them all up in cardboard to protect the box, and then he'd put this 4mm plastic around them too. So yeah, copper already with the lube. So this set is brand new, sealed, and you can see a little Star Wars going on.
Yeah, just a little.
This is the UCS ATST Walker from 2006.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
I don't know
That's
if
awesome.
anybody recalls last week when Tanner said, "Hey, Kev, whatever you want out of my stuff, I'll just send it to you." I want that. That is what I want.
That's wicked.
But tonight, I'm going to be building this set, which is cool. So this is the Mexico postcard that was a gift with purchase in Mexican Lego stores only. So I found a Mexican Bricklink seller because I have the other postcard, so I decided to get this one. So Mexico postcard.
Mexico.
I picked up UCS ATST like cheap, but it was just caked in dust. Yeah, but it came with like the plaque and everything, and there's probably a few small pieces missing. It's definitely not 100%, but I got a good deal on it. But it's been sitting in a box. It's like it's a project for another day for sure.
Yeah, that's
I was
one
tempted. He had 3 other things there that I was tempted to get instead. He had a sealed Apocalypseburg.
Nice.
And with my trade-in value, I could have gotten that. That would have been the only thing I brought home. He had a sealed Black Pearl, which I would have had to pay about $300 on top of my trade-in value. And then he had a Mr. Gold.
Which you would have had to pay a little bit.
Which I would have had to pay like $4,000 over my trade-in value. But yeah.
What's PBJ talking about there? I'm not too sure about the Chicago River. I forget if I'm missing something or.
You remember when we were in the Uber on the way to the game, and you asked the Uber driver,
awesome.
"Oh, what's the name of that river?" And you were all excited.
It was like the first thing you said to the. Like we're like, Andrew, if you're sitting up front, you got to chat this guy up. And you're like, you sat there the whole ride, and then when you finally said something, you're like, "Hey, what's the name of that river?" And the guy goes, "Chicago River," and you go, "Oh."
Okay, yeah. Well,
oh, I love it.
Fair enough.
I love it.
All right, well, that's good.
Oh man, that
was Maura's here.
Hello, Maura. She's been driving hubby's car in the mornings. She's been putting on the kilometers.
All the other postcards have stickers, but this one is printed.
Because it's from Mexico.
Yeah.
Aspen knows, for sure. To be fair, could have been called anything.
To be fair.
Maybe it was the river that fed into the Chicago River. I don't know.
No, you didn't know. It's just funny because you were expecting it to be like Milwaukee,
Yeah.
fancy something name, cool. And then he's like, "Oh, that's the Chicago River." You're like, "Oh,"
and he was just dead man. He's like, "Chicago River," and your response is that, "Oh,
yeah, okay."
Well, that kind of sucked.
Well, it was a lackluster name. I'm sorry, Chicago. Gotta get on the river names there. Holy,
damn it, do better.
Yeah.
You are not wrong.
What should we call the river in Chicago? Chicago? Yeah, that makes sense.
That's good.
So, Andrew, you said you were on a stream before this one, London Bridge Bricks, I'm guessing?
Yeah, definitely. I was on there again. And Tiago was on it this week.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Chatting with him. With the Lego Master from this season right now, Lewis Salad Bricks, he was on there as well. Yeah. So it was cool hearing some of the insights of the newest Lego Masters season. All right, yeah, that's what it's called, Lego Masters.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's pretty good.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to share some Lego news stuff since I got this little dinky set to build and we got time. So let's talk a couple new set reveals since the last time we were here.
Let's do it.
Share my screen.
Yep.
So we had one revealed today. What do we think about these tiny plants?
I think they're tiny.
Interesting parts for sure. Like new parts, I think, color-wise and whatnot.
So I like these better than the succulents. I thought the succulents, I like the plants that were in the succulents, but the little bases for them. I like that they made the little terracotta pots for these.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think my daughter's been doing those. I think she'll enjoy those.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not for me.
Jen says I have to have those. Aspen says she likes them. They're $100 here though.
Wow.
That's a little spendy.
I could see that being used for like those draft parts, like those Lego draft.
Yeah. We did a draft
cool
for
parts
the botanical in Chicago, but yeah, really cool elements. Let's just look at them. All these pieces in dark orange are nice. This half barrel, I think that's the first time it's been in the dark orange. You got all these pieces in lime. I think these are those 1x2 curved plate elements in sand green, the ones like that Aspen made her bridge out of.
Yeah.
1x2 plates with the holes in them. The cacti, those look printed, Jen. And then I like these a lot. So you got your purple butterflies, which I think that's new. These leaf pieces are in the insects, but those are fairly new. These big bars, they're not like lightsaber hilts, but they're kind of like lightsaber hilts.
Mhm.
Those are in green or bright green. You've got the flower pieces in bright green, like these big round flower pieces. These are cool. These are the Newsy hats, like the new hat that was on the Newsy CMF.
Yeah. Okay.
But in dark green. So those are all a bunch of his hats. And then we got the new fern elements in lime, along with these cake top pieces or candle wax pieces, whatever you want to call them. You get the old pith helmet in yellowish green, and the Harry Potter new brooms. I think those are in yellowish green as well. You got these shoulder pad epaulette pieces in bright pink and brushes in dark red. But, so that's one set that got revealed this week. The other one, I'm really excited about. I don't know about you guys. Bear with me. My browser's being a little slow.
These names, like for all the parts, do you have them all on the top of your head here, or you have this written down?
No, I have them on my head, off the top of my head.
Holy.
All right. So, what do you guys think of this one?
I'm out.
Really?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm all in on this.
No.
Yeah.
All in. You didn't like the movie? Is that why you're out?
I hated the movie.
Oh.
Why?
Just couldn't
Really?
get
I didn't watch the original. I watched the original a long time ago. I barely remember the original, so I don't know. Is that like? Did you like the original more then?
No, it wasn't even like even then. It wasn't really my thing. It was just kind of what it was, right? It wasn't.
So this thing, the designer on this is Mike Psyche, and he's one of my favorite designers. He's awesome. He did the white Porsche. He did Rivendell. He did. I forgot what else he's done, but he's done so much great stuff. But he did Jordan did a review with him, like a designer interview with him when he was in Billund, and a couple other, Tiago did as well. And he showcased the play features on this, and the play features on this are incredible. PBJ said Target had it, I think $15 cheaper than Lego for pre-order, and I think some people were able to do it. But like the play features on this are incredible. There's a button up top here that folds the wings or the whatever you want to call them in. But then when you have them in this position, this button right along the spine, you push it and they flap like a freaking dragonfly, like they do in the movie.
Yeah, it looks wicked.
And then the landing gear will retract as well once you push a button. There's you see it like, here's the cockpit comes up. This is a brand new element, this cockpit piece, as well as the blades. The blades are 40 studs long. and they're brand new elements. And then you can turn a lever here and the ramp comes down. Yeah, here's the thing you push forward and the blades come out. Like, it's just incredible. And then the minifigure selection's awesome too.
Oh yeah, I can't believe that's like the whole cast. Like that's all the at least all the main people that matter. One thing that Tiago was saying in his today about this, because they were talking about it, and he was saying that the designer mentioned that he wants people to buy it, like build it and enjoy it, but then after he wants them to take it apart and build something else with the pieces.
Yeah, I watched that on the interview. That's why he doesn't put display stands on his models, because he said display stands, people will just leave it on a shelf and forget it. But he kind of wants people, even adults, to take it apart and build something else with it. And
I mean, but be real, like even with your, like you say, the play features, and I say that all the time too about the Austin Powers, the DB7 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is that, the play features are tray cool on that thing, but realistically, that's going to sit on my shelf and I'm going to stare at it.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, totally.
But even on the shelf, it's going to look incredible. It's one that you'll get out and show your friends when you bring them over.
Yeah.
That's funny. I mentioned the DB7 today as well. Like just saying how it was a cool set with lots of features in it.
Yeah, it was pretty much one of my favorite ones. Like play features. Like I said it the other day. If that thing was a toy when I was a kid, my God, like
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get in my apartment. I'm gonna have no furniture. I'm just gonna put a table right in the middle of the freaking thing and put this thing.
There you go.
Just like that.
All right, with the wings out.
And then the last thing that I wanted to share was, let me share this tab. So this was announced, new gift for the purchase. I didn't realize this. I thought this was just going to be another tribute like the Amelia Earhart and the Jane Goodall one. But this was actually an ideas contest. And so this is a tribute to Galileo Galilei, who I'm sure everybody knows. He was a theorist.
Theme song.
He was, sure was. He was an astronomer and a theorist, and he first came up with the theory that the Earth orbited the sun instead of everything revolving around the Earth. And everybody thought he was a crackpot, but now we know he was right. But the cool thing that I didn't realize until I looked at this ideas page is this little model of the sun and the Earth here in the center. There's a play feature on the back that you actually spin this wheel and it rotates on the table.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, just really cool. So this is going to be US. It's $130 spend threshold, which isn't too bad. And I think it's the same in Canada, right? You guys typically have the same thresholds for giving.
Usually, yeah.
It's 20 or 30 bucks more.
Yeah.
So maybe 150 for you all,
Probably.
It comes out November 1st through the 16th. It'll be available. Here's the contest. The guy had a video of it. Here was his original.
It's really close to the original.
It really is.
Well, it looks like I think the one thing that's changed is I think the books and the cup are switched around, and it looks like maybe they added one more thing to the front left. I don't know. I'm not too sure what it is. I have to look at
They did a different telescope as well, but yeah. So you can see he has it spinning with the thing on the table revolving around, but
pretty close.
The model actually does that. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about that one. I like these little tributes. So.
Yeah, it's interesting that the tributes that they have, they're along different lines. Like there's the ideas, like I don't know if just gets with purchase. I don't even want to say, but the one from was the Paris. That's part of it too, right?
Yeah, Eiffel's
apartment. Right, it's not all just one line. I guess is what I'm saying. Like for those.
Yeah, kind of different people throughout history. Yeah, in different ways. Like you can either get them as gift with purchase. They've all been gift with purchases, but just different ways.
Yeah, sure.
You're echoing there, but they're Tanner. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, I'm echoing. All right, I'll be right back.
Tanner's got his to his weekly drop out, drop back in. So I'm working on the wing. Check that wing out, eh? This thing comes together.
Oh,
pretty
she's a
quick.
beaut.
Have you built this yet?
It's funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I built it. I had my son help build the panels on top. I built the frame and a few of the other panels, but I had Dex make that, like, at least one side.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Heck yeah.
So we all thought we were going to get a modular reveal today, and it looks like that was BS fake news, right? We didn't.
Yeah.
I was kind of checking my Instagram all day to see if we were going to get some leakage on it, and it just didn't happen.
They've done reveals where it was like a live reveal in the past, haven't they? Like where it's like a certain time they're going to reveal it, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like they did.
Maybe a couple years ago. It's maybe LegoCon. I don't know.
LegoCon was a terrible review year. Remember that was the shit.
2022.
Yeah.
Oh, the Republic gunship, I think, right? Is that what you're saying? Or yeah.
No, it wasn't the gunship. It was the.
It was Moff Gideon's light cruiser.
Oh,
right? I remember we were all watching it. We were all on Plex together. We were all on, not Plex. We were all in the server together. We're all watching it, and all of a sudden they started. The guy brings it out, and they're like, "This is terrible!" And I got all pissy. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Hey, Brian. Brian's here.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, Aspen says, I hope it's available here, but I don't want to think about what the threshold will be. Probably be astronomical for her.
That's too bad.
She could always just buy it too, right?
Yeah, true.
I mean, I think a lot of people are doing that now. I was saying I don't need any Lego so much, but I can just buy the promo and get it for $20-$30.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen these things yet?
I saw your
thing.
Your
Where were those
Instagram.
from?
Yeah, Lego. Like
The
the
VIP rewards,
insider
right?
points. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the one that was bent looks like you straightened it out pretty decently.
Yeah, it's got a decent bend in it. So I really haven't done too much to it besides just letting it sit around. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna frame it anyways, so it might not be too bad. Don't tell Lego.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be calling them to get something. It's ridiculous that somebody put this in a box that was smaller than this, so it was folded up, and then somebody else or same person put sets on top of it.
Yeah.
Like I've had them in nice envelopes. I've had them between two pieces of cardboard flat inside another box, and I've had them loose, but I've never had them in a smaller box than the actual poster, which this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. Oh, so PBJ was telling me that he talked to Lego because he had ordered some things in one set. Like usually he gets shipping out of the warehouse that's in Romeoville, Chicago area, really close to Mora. And there was a set that just like wasn't shipping for him. And he said he called Lego, and in the US at least, they're going to start shipping some sets from a warehouse in California, which just, I don't get that at all. Like, how do they pick and choose what's coming from California versus Chicago? And
he said the order's still in California after reshipping it. So I've been after reshipping it.
That's insane. Oh, you can win the pirate minifigure tribute for VIP right now.
Yeah, you sure can. Have you ever heard of anybody winning it actually, or
no?
That's what I was gonna say. I've never heard of anyone winning any of these contests. And I'm very curious.
Like
yeah, like they should definitely like highlight. Like, look at the last week's, or look who won this. Like, you should do it somewhere. Like even on like an insider's like rewards page. Like, yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's kind of a scam, eh?
Yeah, I agree. I don't
want it to be. I definitely use my points for it.
Well, it's free points back to them, right? Because
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shysters.
Shyster. Only the best will do.
Yeah, they still got those prints too. Night of the Buried Brick, The Vanishing Brick, Revenge of the Cheese Slope. Did you get Revenge of the Cheese Slope too?
I'm planning on getting a few of them. If not all of them, which is going to be like, I think like a $60 or $80 like commitment, because it's like a lot of points.
So Botanical Collection art.
How many points were they?
1750.
Yeah,
wow.
something like that.
Copper said, well, hopefully soon we'll get orders shipped from Virginia. Yeah, that's my biggest sadness is I'm not gonna have a Lego store in where I'm at. Ooh, there's some really good ones here. Hey, I'm gonna share again if you don't mind.
Yeah, they look awesome.
All the options.
I'm worried about them. I'm worried about them selling out. So like I bought 2 so far, but I'm kind of waiting for another gift with purchase so I can buy another 1 or 2.
Aspen just said they do have past winners on there.
Oh,
They're probably fake. Okay, so I really like this one. Rebecca would like this one too.
Who?
Rebecca would.
yeah, definitely.
The Crooked Curse. It looks like the Psycho House.
Yeah, I would love that. That's my favorite one, I think.
And then that's Andrew got this on Night of the Buried Brick and Vanishing Brick. And then you got Stuck. You got Revenge of the Cheese Slope. You got The Terror Below with a foot stepping on a Lego brick.
They look familiar. Like I've seen them somewhere else. Do they all look familiar at all, or just they're kind of remind you of the?
They're supposed to be like old horror movies. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you know how like at Brick World, like or just people who make custom like those like 4x6 plates, or whatever they're called, or
I like this one too.
The window.
It's the botanical collection blueprints.
I got that one framed.
Really nice. Yeah, I might have to get some of these. Those are beautiful. I really like the Crooked Curse.
I do too. I think that's my favorite.
I mean, I'd want to get them not in a smaller box than.
Yeah, totally. Oh man. Yeah,
totally,
that's crazy.
So, how are you guys' weeks?
It's going good. My mother-in-law is down right now from Washington.
Oh, nice.
So nice to have some help with the baby here.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of that right now.
So yeah, Aspen said they do say who the winners are on those things, Andrew.
Okay.
But yeah, they could be fake. Who knows? Like I'm just saying I don't know one person that's won it. Like I've never met anyone who's won it. So.
Not with that attitude.
That'd be quite the scam, eh? Out of all the things that Lego does, they're like, we're gonna screw them right here. We'll get their points back.
Well, it's totally a screw because they're gonna get most of all their points back. Like somebody gets excited about something that they're not gonna be able to get, they're gonna invest a lot into those points, like trading in points on it, right?
That's true.
Like
hey there, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
Hey, Jody. I've been seeing all these Halloween habitats and kind of sorry I didn't build any.
I did not build any either, so you can be sorry with me.
There you go. Yeah, me too. I'm real sorry.
I'm real sorry. I just didn't have time. I've been pretty busy lately, so. Next week, I'm off to wages. Lost wages.
Be exciting.
Kind
do you do any gambling when you're there, or you just
no, I don't. It's pointless for me to gamble. I'm better off to walk in the casino and just hand somebody money.
Yeah,
I'm happy. It's for work. Like it's we're going to it's for SEMA, so go do that. You're pretty tired by the end of the day. We usually put on about 50,000 steps just at the show. And then get back to the hotel sort of thing, sit down for a few minutes, let your back kind of heal, and then go walk the strip. The only issue this year, which is kind of an issue, but not really, one of my favorite things in the world is F1.
Oh, yeah.
And the race is there in a couple of weeks. So they've got the whole strip is kind of shut down now because they have all of the grandstands up. So
cool.
I'll get to see it. I don't know if I'll ever get to make it to a race. Maybe hopefully someday, but I guess I'll get to see the spectacle that is. And,
will you be there when they're actually racing?
No, I wish.
Okay.
No, it's the weekend after.
All right. I was down there, I think in August. I forget now. I think it was August, and they had the roads paved.
Yeah.
And just super smooth, really wide. Just looked real cool. Definitely no grandstands or anything like that. But
Yeah,
I hear the locals hate it, but that the whole thing is brought into the whole city there.
well,
But
what they did is we took a couple Ubers, and it's funny because I get in the Uber and the one Uber guy, I was wearing my Red Bull shirt, and the Uber guy starts going ballistic, and he goes, "You're a fan?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm a fan too." And I'm like, "Well," I said, "I'm not necessarily a Verstappen fan, but I said, I can dig him, I guess." I said, I'm more of a Hamilton guy. So my guy is actually like Danny Ricciardo. So we're talking about it, and he goes, "You know the part that
more
sucks
of a Ricky Ricardo fan.
Yeah." He goes, we can't even afford to go. And I'm like, "Well, you're not the only one." Like, I knew people that had booked hotels there, and the guys took a gamble. They booked hotels in advance, and they took a gamble. Like, once they heard that it was coming there, they booked their hotel rooms and like right on the strip, so they could watch the race from the room. And they booked it in kind of an off-season time, so the rooms were really cheap. The hotels contacted them back and said, "Yeah, your reservation's been canceled.
Oh,
But if you'd like to rebook your room for $3,000, I'll gladly do that for you."
That's a scam for sure. That's terrible.
Pretty shitty, but yeah.
I've heard ridiculous prices that weekend, or just for seeing some views of it, of the race. Yeah. Dude, if you have the time to check out the Sphere, I saw the outside of the Sphere. It was phenomenal. It wasn't open when we were there. It's not cheap. I think it's like $150, $160 for a ticket, but it looks incredible. Have you seen any of the videos of inside the Sphere?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the videos and stuff. Well, U2's doing the residency there, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, you can't get tickets for that though, I don't think.
No, and I'm okay with that. I'm not a huge U2 fan. I'm just like, whatever. Ever since they jammed them down my throats in Apple, I was like, screw you. So we'll see the outside of it. So last year when we were there, it was still being built. It looks pretty epic. It looked pretty epic, but excuse me, the thing I really like is everybody's putting the Death Star on there, like they're imposing it on there, and like, come on, give everybody what they really want, right? It's like,
totally.
I would love to see that on there. They had Spider-Man on there last week for the new PlayStation video game, so I'm pretty excited to see it. It's quite the spectacle, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Quite the testicle. What?
It can be. Only gonna be one, but it definitely can be. Yeah.
All right, Kevin. So I know what SEMA is, but the rest of the chat might not know. So
SEMA's a sex toy show.
I mean, I don't know what SEMA is, but the rest of the chat
might. SEMA is actually a really, really, really big car show. It's they have all the new innovation stuff for vehicles. We go down and try to find new products to put in the cars we build, and it's massive. It's like one of the biggest car shows in the world. There's two parts of it. There's SEMA, and then there's what's called Apex. And the Apex show is like just gear and products and that sort of stuff. And then you go over to the SEMA side, and it's in the Vegas Convention Center, and it is beyond ridiculous. Last year, as soon as I walked in, I literally ran into Ken Block. Like, bumped right into him, like, holy shit, that's Ken Block. And lots of guys. I don't know if you guys have seen those. There's some reality shows that I always watch. There's one called Graveyard Cars. And the guy builds everything Mopar. And this guy's like, he's the tanner of old Chargers and stuff like that. This guy has like numbers memory. Like he's just crazy. I'm literally in the bathroom taking a leak, and I'm like, I look over, I'm like, holy shit. He's standing right beside me. And he looks over, he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, good. When we're done here, I said, "Can I get a picture with you out there?" And he goes, "Thanks for not doing it in here." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." But he was a really cool guy. Got to talk to him. There's, like I said, all the reality TV show people are there and stuff. It's a spectacle.
Did you check out his junk?
I peed in his bee.
You did pee in the bee.
No, but I wanted to.
Rob Watkins says, "I know what SEMA is." Well, of course you do, because he just told you, Rob. Come on.
Exactly.
It sounds like the Brick World Chicago of cars.
Bigger. Imagine bigger. Like, and they have literally outside. They have all these. They have like these drift car guys, and they're going all day long. They're just melting tires off cars and doing all these demonstrations. Cool. And there's like drift cars, and like 3 or 4 drift cars are all drifting like door to door, drifting, and then they launch a monster truck over there. Like it's just
that's cool.
It's craziness, man. It's pure craziness. And then you get into like
America.
You get into like the last day, and Jill and I walk in there, like my boss and I. We walk in there and we're like, walking along, and I'm like, what the hell is this lineup for? So I walk up to someone. I said, "What's the lineup for?" And they're like, "Oh, it's public day. This is the first day that public's allowed into SEMA to see all the spectacles and all the stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "How long you been lined up here?" And the guy goes, "Oh, I've been lined up here for like 12 hours. What the shit?
Oh my gosh.
People started offering us money for our passes. Like, if they buy the pass off us, then they can go right in the door, right? And like, we're offering big money. I'm like, oh, this could be. We could make some money on the old strippy poo.
Todd says Sean, aka Murder Nova, will be there.
Murder Nova will be there. That's awesome. I will love to meet him. I watched that show.
He also said the guy whose junk you checked out is an ass.
What's that?
He said the guy is an ass, talking about the guy whose junk you checked out.
That's whatever. He was good to me. Okay. Where do those go? Ah, that's it. Found them. Where's this?
I've had a bit of an adventure purchasing a Emerald Express.
Yeah,
I've been on the fence for a long time of buying one. I always wanted one. I was scared that I saw. I'm pretty sure the not the prototype, but for the new Orient Express that's coming out, like the original, it was green and it was kind of similar in a sense to the like that, whatever it's called, Emerald Express. And anyways, when I saw that it wasn't going to be the same, I was like, all right, I'm definitely going to be getting that. Anyways, got it, sat on it for a bit, finally opened it up, and a bunch of parts were yellowed. I knew it was used, but I didn't think anything of it. There was no mention of yellowing in the description. The only thing it really said in the description that he wrote and added was that the box is in excellent condition. And I'm like, okay, and then everything was 100% complete. And so I was like, all right, well, that should be good. So I contacted the seller. He ended up giving me $50 back. But at first he was saying that like, well, I said it wasn't new. Like, so like somewhere should be like expected, but it wasn't the same. There you go. He has it right there. No, she's a beauty.
Can't expect it to be yellowed though.
No. So no, that's awesome. And did you add that track at the bottom, or did that come with it like that, like display track?
I just built it on there. Because I have it sitting behind some buildings.
Cool. Yeah, no, she's awesome. So the one I got, a bunch of those windows were all like, not all of them, but like a quarter of them or part of them were like this really dark beige. So I bought some hydrogen peroxide and put it out in the sun for a couple of days.
Yeah, because the windows are kind of special to this thing.
Yeah, they are. Exactly. Yeah. So, and it ended up working out real well. Like the windows are pretty much perfect. Some of the gray parts didn't come out 100%, but they were all parts that I had in my collection. So I was able to just put those ones out. But yeah, I would say using the hydrogen peroxide, about 60 to 90% of the stuff came out better. But I didn't want to have like 60% left on I wanted it to be perfect for the most part. So some of those parts that didn't come out perfect,
well,
I replaced.
It's definitely not a cheap set. Like it's
that's one that I kicked myself. I remember seeing that thing on the shelf and not buying it. And I I would tell myself every time I passed it, like, oh, maybe I'll get it. No, I got nowhere to put it. Oh, maybe I'll get it. No, I got nowhere to put it.
It's a gorgeous set. It runs like shit.
That's what I was going to say. I hear that. I heard it doesn't run well.
I just want to display it.
It's a display. That's why mine's on this track. I just did up the track, and then I have it sitting behind Sanctum and.
It reminds me of the Polar Express, though, which is kind of, that's kind of special because there's here and I'm sure they do it in a lot of places, but here in the winters at a Union Station in St. Louis, they run a Polar Express. And so you can buy tickets and everybody gets on and they serve hot chocolate just like in the movie. And like, it's really cool. You just chug the train around St. Louis and come back. And we did that with the kids a few years ago. So.
That's pretty cool. They have a train go through London and in Ontario here, and it is like they call it a Christmas train. I don't know if it's Canadian Tire or what.
Canada. It's cross Canada.
It goes across Canada. Yeah, it's across Canada.
Canadian Pacific, actually. CP does it. Yeah.
And it's lit up like head to toe. It's pretty funny.
They have what they do is they actually have bands and shit on it, and when it rolls into town, the sides of the train come down and the bands play, and it's crazy. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's just quite the spectacle.
Yep.
And Thomas the train comes to our area too. Something. You guys get Thomas?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen him.
Oh yeah, he comes every year.
There you go. There's Mexico. It's pretty basic compared to the other postcards, but
it's a sticker probably,
or is it? No, this is a print.
Ooh.
Yeah. The other one
only come in there, or is it coming in? Is it come in other sets?
Only comes in there.
Cool.
So yeah, this was an exclusive gift with purchase in Mexico. So
tomorrow, this weekend, I guess, at Toys R Us throughout Canada, they're doing a make and take Disney 100 castle. So the one with that circle plate that says 100 on it.
Yeah, they did that here, and I missed it. They did it here at Lego stores.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice. I don't think they did that. Maybe they did in Canada. I don't know. I definitely missed it. But I'm going tomorrow morning. I'll be taking Dex with me. You know what? This is so embarrassing. Oh, it's not that embarrassing. I'm gonna share it with you guys. I read the flyer last month, and it was advertising it for like in a month ahead. Usually they don't advertise that far ahead. I didn't think. Anyways, so September 28th or 27th, whatever day it was, like I went there thinking that the promo was going to be on with like all my kids, thinking like, oh, I'm going to get like 4 of these castles. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's in a month from now. It's October 27th or October 28th, not September 28th. And I was like,
Did they not do anything for Bricktober this year?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. I have a bunch of them. Like they're like these little packs. They're not that.
It wasn't as good as the other stuff.
Spectacular. It was a low threshold, $25, and it should be all day, Seth. While supplies last. I imagine it won't last. The last few make and takes I've seen, it would have been a couple years ago, I guess, at Toys R Us. There's a pretty big line. I imagine there'll be a big line tomorrow for the 100 castle. But yeah, I'll grab a couple of them. I have them all here, actually. Yeah, usually the Bricktober sets are pretty cool, but this year is.
Was it boxed this year, Andrew?
No, just these bags. They come in these bags here. I have, I think, 4 of them.
Okay.
But I'll just crack one open just so you can get an idea. Actually, here you can see it here. So this one is a mixer for like mixing a cake. Oh, okay. This one is like a birdhouse maybe or something like that. I thought it was like an A-frame cabin supposed to be, but it's probably like a birdhouse possibly. This one I think is like an arcade.
Seth says, is it all day, Andrew? The Toys R Us thing?
Yeah, I think while supplies last, it'll be all day while supplies last, I guess. It says 2 days, so I don't know if they'd have enough like for both days or not. I'm not too sure. Okay. But when I've gone in the past, like there's been lineups, so we'll probably go fairly early. Dex has a birthday party tomorrow afternoon anyways, so we got to go to pick up a present, so kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
Absolutely.
Always a good excuse to go to Toys R Us. I'll show you the last one while I'm still on the big screen here. It's like a piano, possibly. Yeah, piano.
Okay.
So I don't know what the significance of all 4 of those, if they're supposed to represent something else, like altogether, or what. But it was $25 Canadian to get them. So
yeah. So what Andrew's talking about is it's a little, so the round tiles, they're round tiles about this big around, and it comes with one, and it says Disney 100 printed on the round tile, and then it's just a little micro build of the Disney castle. So they did giveaways in Lego stores. It was probably 2 months ago, and like didn't advertise it well at all. You can get them on Bricklink right now. There's 3 U.S. sellers that have them for about $30 a piece, but they were just giving them away.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, that sucks. All my kids but it's just my son and I tomorrow. So I'll bring the baby. Think they'll let me do one? They'll let me do one with the baby.
Damn right.
Dex can do one, and I'll do one with the baby.
For sure.
So, and then if they have more, I'll bring the kids the next day.
There you go. Just load them up.
Wow, that was a hell of a build there. I just got the one side of the undercarriage of that thing built. Now I'm doing the last 2 bags in box 1.
Top says update on the World Series. Top of the 3rd, tied 2 apiece.
Oh.
Hey, the baby's making a bit of noise upstairs. I'm gonna go see if I can give a quick hand. Right back, guys.
Absolutely.
All right,
We'll be here. Not helping with the wee baby. Now what are you going to build?
I don't know. I'm debating on cracking Berlin open. It's a small set that will travel just fine. So maybe I'll
Berlin will travel. May as well. You see how good their certified process is, at least.
That's true.
I've had a couple of those where they're certified and then it doesn't really mean shit. They're just kind of.
Yeah, the guy told me today, he was like, a couple of my sets, he's like, I trust you. He's like, you think yours are 100%? And I said, yeah, they're 100%. And he's like, okay, well that's good. I could probably sell those certified then. I don't even have to verify it. I was like, I mean, do what you want, but they're 100%.
Yeah. Well, that's just it though. Like, I mean, so I heard a thing today on the radio. Actually, while I was going to work, someone was talking about somebody sold their Razor or whatever, their off-road thing for $22,000. Guy took a certified check
for how much?
$22,000. Side by side.
Yeah.
Or sorry, a slingshot. It was a slingshot.
Okay.
So he sold $22,000, and guys, him and his wife came and picked it up or whatever, and so he chats him up, and they leave. Guy goes to the bank next morning. Yeah, fraud. Certified check was bogus.
Like a bad check?
Well, it was bogus, yeah.
Yeah.
So you couldn't check it at night because it was evening and stuff like that. But so yeah, and there's no insurance or anything for that, right? It's just like,
all right,
you done fucked up, Leroy. Like, you're not.
It's brutal.
Yeah, pretty sad. The insurance company won't do anything for you. They're like, well, no, you traded a piece of paper for it. And it's too bad. So sad.
Todd says, I certified that is a set.
Nice.
All right. So in this Berlin skyline, you have a little bit of the Berlin Wall. You've got the Berlin TB Tower, the Deutsche Bahn Tower.
That's a good one. I like that one.
The Victory Column, the Brandenburg Gate, and the Reichstag.
The Rice what?
Reichstag.
Yep.
So Parliament building, which is where the Nazi Party started.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic. The one set I don't have is the closest city to me right now.
Yeah. So did you when was that one retired, or was that you just didn't want it then, or was that
Chicago, yeah. I wasn't collecting them, and then I, for whatever reason, I was like, oh, these are kind of cool, and I bought them, and Chicago was already gone.
Yeah.
And are already off the shelf, and now I can get it for 150, 100, 170 bucks, but I don't know. Hoping to find them a little cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, hello.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome back.
Oh, I'm having a problem with my headphones here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah,
Can't
what?
hear you. I'll fix this on it.
We can hear you.
When I do the test on my speaker, I can hear it.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, buddy. You're golden. You're golden.
You stay golden, pony boy.
Hey, golden pony boy. Watch any good movie?
Oh,
We talk about Loki.
I haven't watched.
I'm going
this
to
week's
leave and come back in,
episode
guys.
yet.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right. I have not watched this week's episode yet.
Well, I don't know if there was one this week.
What does that mean?
Well, what episode are you on? 3?
4 came out this week.
Did it?
Yeah, it came out last night.
Oh, last night, because it wasn't supposed to come out the night before?
No, they come out at 8 p.m. Well, so 7 p.m. your time on Thursday nights.
Oh, okay. Well, not gonna lie, I was having a hard time following it. Like, I was struggling with catching up. My brain was struggling with catching up on it.
Yeah.
So I think I'm good now, though. So we'll see.
There you
Now,
go.
buddy?
That's better.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
is.
So
I sometimes struggle with ketchup too. There's just too much sugar in it.
you don't struggle with it at all. How were those chips?
Chips. Oh,
I'm
the
a Heinz
ketchup
57
chips?
guy myself.
They're not bad.
You know, it's kind of awkward.
57, there's like 57 flavors, right?
Yeah, my oh yeah, for sure. I've been eating Heinz ketchup my whole life, and my cousin's husband, he owns a French's manufacturing plant. And he makes like French's ketchup, and like every once in a while, like it'll just be like they'll be over, and like it won't be French's in, it'll be Heinz, and I always feel awkward. It's like
So
Heinz is where it's at.
I got a funny story about that. So there's a French's distributor in Springfield, Missouri.
I was gonna say distillery.
Distributor in Springfield, Missouri, right? Springfield is about an hour away from the town I grew up in.
That's where Homer lives.
Springfield. It's a
I
hell
think
of a
Homer lives
town.
in Springfield, Oregon, actually, but
Oregon?
yeah, Oregon, yeah, big one. Anyway,
Next to Shelbyville. That's it.
so Springfield's about an hour away, but like it's a big town in Missouri. It's like the third largest city in Missouri behind Kansas City and St. Louis. But so that's where we'd have to go, because my town had maybe 28,000 people, if that, town and county.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you'd need to go, like for shopping malls and cool stuff like that. But anyway, one of my best buds in high school, he and I were driving to Springfield. Every time we'd drive to Springfield, I should say, we'd pass the French's factory. And every single time he would say the same thing to me. And I never even, like, every time I forgot what he would say, like the punchline. So we'd be passing the French's factory, and he'd just completely deadpan. He'd say, "Oh, did you hear the French's factory just laid off a bunch of people?" And I'm like, and he's complete deadpan, and I'm like, "Oh man, that's terrible. What happened?" And he said, "Yeah, they couldn't cut the mustard." But
Oh,
every single
nice.
time he'd tell that joke. And it's
That's
funny
great.
now because like dad joke supreme, right? And this is like he was, 17 years old. He's telling me this every time we're driving there. So every time we go down by there, because my sister lives by Springfield, Missouri. So when we go see my sister, I'll say the same joke to my kids, and it's the same way. They always forget about it. I'd be like, "Hey kids, check out that French's factory. Did you hear they laid a bunch of people off?" They're just like,
Nice.
"Dad."
It's enough out of your mouth, Dad.
Exactly.
No more talking with your mouth hole.
Copper said there was an episode of Loki, but it confuses the hell out of me.
Was it so that was the fourth one? Because the third one was getting to me. Like the third one was kind of just like
It's kind of out there so far this season. But then again, like the first season kind of was too.
Yes, but
Yeah, it was.
the thing is, you were following it, right? So like, you're fresh into it. I think I'm having more trouble now that I'm like, I had some time off of the first season. I think with the first season, you watch it and you're waiting for the next episode, so you're kind of right on top of shit, right? And now, like, I started watching this. I had to go back and rewatch a couple of the previous episodes. I was just like, this is confusing my brain.
I was telling
more
Maura, like anything with time travel is gonna confuse you these days.
Yeah,
No, it's cool. I'm for sure confused at times. I definitely watch Screen Rant and like heavy spoilers and get their takes and like get all the Easter eggs and
Are you kidding me?
so I've
New rock stars, Andrew. New rock stars and nothing
new rock
else.
stars.
New
Nothing
rock
else?
stars.
All right,
Nothing else. They are the best breakdown channel on the internet.
All right, I'll give them a shot. I like the other guys. They got good personalities.
Tanner says no.
New rock stars. Check them out.
All right, new rock stars.
What about the old rock stars? Why can't they be people
the old
too?
Rock stars suck. The new rock stars, that guy is awesome.
Let me see what's going on here.
Copper says, any of you watching Gen V? Yes, I am. I love Gen V.
Yep. Phenomenal.
That said, new rock stars are definitely the best. That is 3 votes now for new rock stars.
There's nothing wrong with old people, Tanner.
And Jen,
they're just short of 4 million.
Ad in the middle, when he starts pitching an ad in the middle, you just fast forward to when the ad is done, and then you're good. That's the wonderful thing about these huge YouTube channels that are sponsored. They don't care if you fast forward their ads because they already get paid for it.
Have you guys seen the 4th episode?
I have
not. We don't need
not.
to talk about it necessarily,
No.
but okay.
No, I have not watched it yet.
I have not. I didn't know it was out. Like I watched the 3rd one the other day, and that was twice.
Jody says, I feel completely lost.
Mm-hmm.
He only occasionally does it while he's talking, not all the time. He'll talk about the shirts that they sell too, the merch that they sell, but that's quick.
That's what she said.
Yeah, she did. New Rockstars is the best. I'll fight any.
All right, I believe you. I believe you.
No, I will fight you.
He's gonna fight you, Andrew.
Jody, you are not too old for us.
What is she talking about? Jody, if you're saying you're too old, I'm way too old, so stop it.
Stop it now.
All right, did you all know there are over 112 miles, 180 kilometers of waterways and around 1,700 bridges within the city limits of Turtland?
Nope.
Did you know that I love turtles?
Turtle, like from Entourage?
Yes, exactly. That's what we call Matthew Kachuk here is Turtle.
Was he a zombie or something, or was that kid a zombie?
Who? Oh, yeah.
I love turtles.
Yeah. They interviewed him
later.
Like,
He's older.
Yeah, so I thought. Just wait a minute. Fresh from Tugfest 2023 with greasy palms, hairy hands, and lube everywhere.
And a sack full of candy.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Yo, how's it going?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Great to see you.
Likewise. Wearing my best sweatshirt for Kev.
Did you wash your hands?
No.
You got a little goo.
Why would you ever wash? I mean, no. That's a stupid question.
Speaking of special funding and people we have on the channel, welcome Eric.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Hopper is not wrong. He said a skinny, easy craftsman's job.
Yeah, where is he?
Kick his ass.
Who are you talking about?
You talking about Willis? Eric, what are you building?
When are we starting the intro?
Eric.
Since I arrived late, I'll do the haunted mansion.
Hey, do you want to hear something depressing?
Yeah.
Tanner's rubbing my nose in something. Tanner, do you want to tell me what you're rubbing my nose in?
I wasn't rubbing his nose in anything.
No? Not even
A
the
little bit of rubbing going on.
I went and traded in some Lego today, like I said I was going to last week.
Let me read through the lines for you. I'm better than you, Kevin, and I know it.
I'm afraid which one he's going to say he traded in.
I traded in a lot of Harry Potter sets, including the big Hogwarts castle. I traded in a couple of cars.
Did you ever build the big castle?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's still in a box.
So I'm building this now, but I got a used but certified Berlin Skyline set. It was
Sweet.
one of the last two I needed.
Not an easy one to get. Not an easy one to get.
Yeah, this guy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that blimp vibrates.
It does.
Right.
And it's hollow,
Isn't
so
that
you can stick stuff in it.
Isn't that a plug?
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I know what a plug is, but Eric, do you want to demonstrate? What a plug is?
Send it on
I'll
over.
show you.
And then I got this box.
What's in
Okay.
the box? This is where the nose
Cardinal
rubbing begins.
And there's something in the box that's new and sealed, never been opened.
Perfect.
Okay, stop.
Collaborate and listen.
Nice.
So remember last week, Eric,
Mm-hmm.
when Tanner said, Kevin, take whatever you want out of my room?
Yeah.
That.
That's what he did not say when you could decide.
That's right.
Right. And it is in the room now.
I mean, I don't make the rules.
Them's the rules.
Are you
So
going to be
that's
able
what I
to withhold from building that before you?
Yeah, for
Yeah?
sure. Yeah.
Well, he's not going to be able to build it. It's going to be Canadian soon.
Copper said, easy. That little haunted mansion is an epic little build. It is.
It is. I've got mine up there. I love it.
I'm excited.
And you can get a little printed tile that says the haunted mansion from BBG Forge as well to go with it.
Oh,
I
really?
actually own that printed tile because someone
they-
bought me.
Did they make one for the Disney Castle one?
No, they just did the haunted mansion.
See, I was on the fence of getting that one because it's based off the Disneyland version,
Yeah.
right? But it was on sale.
I like it. It's a really nice little build.
Yeah, because I'll get the what is it? The Arabian Nights is the
Yeah.
next one that came out. So
Agrabah.
I like those little builds.
I wish it came with a figure though, eh? That one?
This one comes with
It
Oh,
did.
the other one.
with one.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Agrabah. Yeah.
Oh, the Acrobat
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great figure.
Right. It would be good if it came with one. That would be good. But only the best, Andrew. Only the best.
Yes.
Will do. Yeah.
Jody says she thinks she has the AT-AT and an ATST and a bunch of bulk.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, it is a lot of gray.
Okay,
And then
Jody.
Eric, I built this too. Okay. This is the Mexico postcard.
I totally forgot about all the postcards.
So this one was an exclusive gift with purchase in Mexico.
And when you were down there, did you pick it up?
No, I got this on Bricklink. But the Mexico on the front there, that's printed. The rest of them are stickers, but that one's printed.
And
then
hold on, I got someone knocking on the door already.
And then
I hear you're knocking, but you can't come in.
Jody said, "If I do, it's out together. Who wants it?" I think Kevin said he wants it in the butt.
Ooh.
Whatever I can get.
What?
So I was selling. It was actually kind of fun, actually. So I've been working on a big, like, I don't know if you guys remember. I had those tubs of Lego. Like, I bought some bulk stuff, and I had basically these big tubs of Lego. So I decided, okay, it's time to get cracking on this stuff, get it sorted into colors, and then figure out what I want to do. But there's a whole bunch of decent sets. So part of the fun I've been having lately is like digging through the boxes. Then I find a tile with a license plate on it. So the license plate is the number of the set, of course.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I have this one, so I can start piecing it together. So I've been kind of doing, I've been pulling the parts off. Well, I just finished building the city line train. So there's a bus, there's a green and white bus, and the bus is actually really cool, like a city bus.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's line 55. It's a train, like a trolley train. It's got 3 cars to it. And there's a street cleaner, and then there's a
Is it blue? What color is it?
It's blue, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it has the city stickers across the top of it. So I got that all built up. That was pretty trick. I thought that was fun, but it was fun. It took forever, like, because I was digging through all these parts and trying to. So then I started busting the parts down into basically like, here's the tile bin, here's a brick bin, here's a smooth, here's like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, let's go Rangers.
What's that?
Yeah, let's go Rangers.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Anyway.
Like the Texas Rangers?
Yes.
Definitely not.
Ooh,
definitely not. The other thing that was in there that I just finished building a tractor for the tractor trailer, but it's a monster truck hauler, but it's a big rig, right? It's a tractor, and then it's got a nice drop trailer, and the monster truck you can build the top of it. So I've got that all built up, and definitely consumes time to do that stuff, though. But it is good, yeah.
Guten Tag.
Eric, how is the Halloween jiggy?
Very loud.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, those kids can.
Screamers.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Autumn is doing a quick drive-by. She's got a run, but saying hi and bye. And she said she loves the Lego Con shirt, Andrew.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
And Brick Princess is here. Marissa.
Hello.
Leaves. I think you mean leaves.
Because they're changing, right?
Yeah.
Go
right.
Changing leaves.
Right.
Yeah.
Who said go Leafs?
Marissa. Brick Princess.
Marissa.
Gates?
Seth just asked if I had tickets for Sunday. I do not. I'm not going to go. I'll watch it on TV. I went to the last one and I froze my ass off. I still have PTSD because of it. So I'll stay indoors for it. Although it's supposed to be a beautiful day for it. So.
Copper says, guys, does Agrabah go with the mini Disney Castle and Haunted House? Are they like a set? I would say no. Just because of the fact that Agrabah doesn't have a minifigure, but I don't know. What do you
Hey
guys
there,
think?
Kate.
Who's that?
Oh,
That's good.
That's hurtful. Is it because he's wearing that stupid hoodie, Kate?
No.
What you answer for?
Because I already
No,
know the answer.
They highlighted Kate's upside down like up house. You guys seen that?
I haven't seen that yet. Did she
No.
post that today, or did she just show it in the stream?
Oh,
did
she
she
sent
like-
him pictures at least. To be honest with you, I haven't really been on Instagram too much today. I don't know if she. My
don't
first
think
time
she
seeing it was on
posted
there.
it
I
yet.
think it was really cool.
Yeah, I don't think she had posted it yet.
Oh, well, it's out there now
Andrew said so.
because I said so. I leaked it.
So.
No, I didn't. She leaked it herself. She's the leak.
You were the leak. Come back 1 year.
I was probably in the car when you posted it then.
Thank goodness. Yeah, I haven't seen
Well,
it
you
yet.
didn't see it in the car. You see everything. You're the all-knowing. You got it right there.
I don't like check my Instagram while I'm in the car.
I disagree.
Yeah. I think you drive your car while you check Instagram.
I think you drive your car with Instagram.
Yeah.
I,
You don't make the rules.
Yeah,
Tanner.
you can
just
admit
watch
it.
you
You're
break them.
you're amongst friends. You can admit it.
I don't.
This is
Aspen
a
said it
safe
was on
space.
TikTok last night.
I haven't been to TikTok since Eric's last stream.
Well, that was a long time ago then. That's actually the last time I was on TikTok too.
He posted it this morning, Tanner.
Well, I wasn't really on Instagram much today because I was like, I had to work, unlike some of you shitbags. And
Sorry. I work every day.
I worked at least the first half of the day.
Did you
and
actually put in a full day today? That'd be amazing.
No, I did not.
Oh, I see. I did because I'm not a shitbag.
Well, I mean, that's debatable, but
It's a math debatable.
apparently I'm the only one that didn't see Kate's post today. So sorry.
I didn't either. I worked 16 hours yesterday, 15 the day before. So it's been a very long week. So
That
good
sounds
times.
awesome.
Yeah. Exactly how I love how to spend my life.
Working.
But I did start practicing again the
Piano?
guitar for our 100th episode.
Oh, did you? Can we hear a little
Do a
Okay.
sing-along. You know, I probably shouldn't have mentioned anything because the 6th string broke earlier while I was practicing.
play
Is
five.
it a guitar or is
Yeah.
it a ukulele? Are you gonna do some Tiny Tim stuff?
Yep.
You
hmm
gonna tip
There's
it
some,
over to it?
John Mraz. I'm gonna have some
John
fun.
Mraz? Who's that?
I don't know.
But-
Is that the guy? Who is that?
Play
Jason
taking care
Mraz?
of business.
Sure, whatever. The only version of his song I know is the one on Sesame Street.
I'm gonna do Smoke on the Water.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
Fire in the Sky.
I'm gonna do your mom.
Hey, that's my mom you're talking about.
I knew he was gonna say that. Like I didn't even have to wait. I'm like, Tanner's gonna do someone's mom.
Someone's mom.
Yeah.
Someone's mom's gonna get it. And
Yeah.
Tanner's gonna give it to her. Is that what you? No.
Tanner's gonna be my new dad.
I would have been
You
your
don't
dad,
have to
but the
call me
dog beat me up
Dad.
the stairs.
You can call me daddy.
This took a really wrong turn.
You're the only one that heard that, hopefully, Andrew.
Oh geez.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick. Let's
Hey
change
Nick.
the subject.
Todd, it's whoever we want it to be. It's however we say it. We don't know.
It's Jiminy Mraz.
Yeah. You guys, I feel like you guys just don't know music.
Copper. Here, I'll just put this one. This was a good one to put up in the stream here. Boom. Where is it? Boom. There it is. Oh,
Whoa.
get back up there.
Wow.
All All right, I'm all in favor of a good time and some humor, but we're gonna have to, stop that topic pretty quickly.
That's not what she said.
And that's the last
Uh,
I'm currently working on the UCS X-Wing right now. I don't know if you know that, Eric.
one. Oh yeah, cool. Where's that?
It's going pretty well.
Does that come with 2 Falcons or?
No, just one. It's got.
Just
This is the Y-Wing, maybe,
Yeah, definitely. It's the J
or
Wing.
some sort of messed up B-Wing.
how many quarters came in your box, though, Andrew?
Yeah, you probably made no money off your UCS set.
No, definitely not. You had some quarters in yours, or what? I'm missing it.
I'm not missing.
Oh, did
He
you
had
not
8
hear
quarters. That was
my,
about the value of his set.
my Imperial Star Destroyer UCS?
Oh no, I heard about that. Unfortunately,
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
quarter in one of the bags.
Okay, I didn't
I'm
hear
not
that
sure
part.
I'm not sure if it was real, but it looked
Oh
real.
jeez. Oh jeez. That sucks, dude. That's a bad beat right there, man. That's terrible.
Yeah, it was a good
I was
day.
complaining about some yellowed parts I had earlier, but that's terrible.
It's relatable.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know
That
what?
one hurts.
Similar case. I had it for a while and I sat on it. Not as long as you, but it was it was a couple months, and then I opened it up and I was like, what the heck? And he didn't mention any yellow parts in the ad. It was a perfect box. It was used 100% complete, but
I think Eric might have been okay with a few yellowed parts.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. Eric's like, can we change the subject again here?
Oh
This
my
is
God. No, that we can stay on that topic all.
Well, I mean, somebody was talking about a perfect box. I thought we did go back to the old subject. Ew.
All right. So I'm actually going to be really serious for a second. So that's kind of the last time we go there. All right. I'm really serious now about it.
All right.
Again, I'm all fun and games, but if I say I want something to stop, I want something to stop. And we're not going to joke like that.
You got it.
Oh fuck. Nope.
Yo, anybody? I like going to live concerts here. I'm going to a concert next month. Next month. I'm pretty excited about it because I got some pretty good seats. Do you guys like Tool? Anybody?
Yeah.
Who?
Tool?
Oh my god, I feel old. No.
Dude, they've been around since the 90s.
You if you heard their songs, you probably would know who they
100%. Yeah, you would know them. Yeah, especially like in a car, or like working in the car environment. I imagine you'd hear some cool music by them. Like it's like metal.
Andrew.
Like you want to see it?
Yeah.
You know the song Schism, Sober.
How'd it go? Sing the chorus.
I can't. There's a one called Stink Fist. Prison Sex is another song they have. It's pretty good. Sorry. What's it called? But
that's
Jambi.
number 1 on my playlist.
Jambi is a great one. I love that one. And
Jambi, the guy from the genie from Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Sure.
No.
But anyways, I'm really excited to see them. I'm going to be a couple rows just off to the side there, and their concerts. If anyone knows about them, they put on it's like a crazy laser show, amazing videos in the background. To be honest with you, if you've seen one concert, you've kind of seen them all because it's very similar. Where it's like just like it's over the top, like really cool. Like, anyways, I'm pumped about it.
The what's their name again?
Tool.
Oh, I've got Stink Fist in my head and I can't get it out.
It's a good song. But I wouldn't say it's the best. The Pot is a really good song. Schism's probably their most famous one.
Yeah.
I know the pieces fit because I watched them. Come on.
I'm not gonna lie, Andrew takes a cake. He actually plays the guitar while doing this.
Boom, boom. No, it's the bass guitar.
Rapping the bass.
Slapping the bass, man.
No, he's Jamaican. Sweet.
No, I'm Irish.
That was Irish?
I'm like a leopard.
Yeah, from the movie.
Let me introduce you to Tanner and his Swedish chef.
There you go.
All
right, Jenny Bricks knows.
Tool, but I really don't know the band. Like I don't know their songs.
Yeah, you'd have to be more into like heavy metal. They're a
for
heavy
sure.
band.
Yeah, the drummer, his name is Danny Carey, and he's like one of the best drummers in the world. I'm a big I play drums. I used to when I was younger, but I just set the drum set up in the furnace room the other day. But he's phenomenal. I up there, probably one of the best drummers in the world, like right now. I'm trying to think of some other ones just to kind of compare him to, but like he's phenomenal. If you just go Tool drum solo, like you know Rush obviously, right?
Yeah.
The Neil Peart was the drummer. He's passed away. I would say he's like a Neil Peart kind of drummer, like just like really
Travis
really
Barker
crazy.
would be one of the.
You know what? I would say he's probably better than Travis. Really? I love Travis Barker. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him play a bunch of times. I have Famous Stars and Straps on my logo on my drum kit. But I think it's Danny Carey. Yeah, he's phenomenal. So definitely recommend checking him out. And so I'm pumped about that.
Where would you put him with like Taylor Hawkins?
I would have to say he's probably better. I love Taylor Hawkins. I've seen him perform.
Yeah.
Like just more technical wise, I'd probably say he's better. Pardon me?
What band is Taylor Hawkins from?
Foo Fighters?
Yeah, Foo Fighters. He recently passed. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But incredible drummer.
Totally. Oh yeah, no, phenomenal. I got to see them perform once, and Pat Smear played with them from Nirvana, if you know him.
Yep.
He came in.
Are the Foo Fighters performing this Sunday?
They might be. They're back on tour with a new drummer. Yeah.
Right, but they might be because this Sunday's the Heritage Classic, right? So.
Oh, sounds like a terrible game.
It's Calgary, Edmonton, Battle of the Basement. Fuck. But I think someone said they're performing here. I think they might be performing at the Heritage Classic.
Oh, nice.
I saw some videos that grew like they were doing their performances or whatever, and he has his daughter. His daughter's actually singing backup for him now.
Cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Dave Grohl's awesome. He's one of my favorite drummers. I wouldn't say he's the best drummer by any means, but just a good rock drummer. Obviously.
I follow a whole bunch of drummers on TikTok because there's some guys that are just crazy. And it's Nickelback, Seth. That's right. There's some crazy drummers on TikTok, but yeah, I follow a couple different guys on there, and I'm just blown away with some of these guys' skills.
Oh yeah, no, it's incredible.
There's one that I've watched on YouTube. I think his name's Santiago. I'd have to look it up, but I'll send you his stuff. It's incredible.
Cool.
Just the rhythm he can do. He's unreal.
The ones I've been loving is they have these they take drummers, like they take the Megadeth drummer and they start playing a song for him. And they're like, you're going to play this. And he sits there, and the Megadeth guy is actually quite interesting to watch because he's got a system, and he writes down. He's not writing his drum beats; he's writing the music down.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah, and then he plays. He's like, I'm gonna have to put my gloves on for this. But he's playing stuff like Mr. Brightside and stuff like that, and like crazy. And he's like, oh, is that a double? And he's like, oh, that sounds cool. And then he starts playing it, and they're like, you've never heard this song? He's like, yeah, I've never.
No, and I think in that video too, not only never did he ever hear the song, but they played him a track without the drums in it, right?
Yeah.
So he listened to a drumless track and had to figure it out just with one listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are good. There's another drummer. Was it Lewis
Hamilton?
I can't remember his name, but he does he's like more of, I think, of like a jazz drummer, and he does Enter Sandman.
Oh, really?
Really good. But the one he listened to, I think he actually had a drumming track. So then he had to kind of figure it out and then play it.
Most of them
just
they give
hearing
the
it once.
track to. Oh, fuck, shit. That was bad. Most of them they give the track to or whatever, right? So
I think that's new. They've done it to a couple other people too. There's a woman. It just popped up because I'm looking for her. Her name's Domino Santonino or whatever. But she listens for the first time. Listens to Slipknot.
Oh wow!
And plays that. And it's nowhere near the actual what they do, but it's really cool to hear their interpretation of the song, and they actually make it work. But that one she didn't. She had a drumless track too.
Oh wow!
I always wanted to play the drums. My dad was a drummer, played in some bands. But his method to teach me was, okay, put the headphones on and just listen.
Yeah.
I wanted like a little bit more instruction than that.
Yeah, you need more than that at the beginning.
So I just never really kind of got into it. Like I can maybe do a couple, beats and stuff, but nothing, it's not that good.
I wanted to get into drums really badly when I was younger, and my parents, they were a little skeptical, about me, because it's a drum set, going from a house that we have a piano. They're like, and all of a sudden getting drums. They're like, well, take piano lessons for a year. So they made me take piano lessons for 1 year, and 1 year to the date, I did my piano lessons. And as soon as I was done, we got me a drum set, and it was a crappy. It was just funny. I was just telling the story to my wife the other day. There's a crappy drum set. It was wooden. It was the skins were terrible, and but it was what it was. I wanted a drum set. I didn't have one. We got it from someone. I don't even know where we met him. I think at the music store. He overheard we were talking about getting a drum set. We went to his house and picked it up. And actually, what my brother ended up doing for me was for Christmas. I don't know how I didn't realize it. It was gone for a few weeks or so. He took it all apart, put new parts on it, painted it all, and put new skins. And for Christmas, that was his present to me, was he remade my drum set. And so I took drum lessons for I think 5 years after that. And I got a new drum set since. But yeah, I love drumming in particular. I like drummers, and Rush I've seen a bunch of times live, and Tool I've seen. I was just trying to find a video of them live to show you, but one video I have is really far. I was in the nosebleeds, dude. I was in the farthest spot you could possibly be at the Scotiabank to watch a concert. And I was beside the biggest guy beside me. It was hilarious. I was just this couldn't be any more crappier. Super far back, sitting like this, in the seats, But yeah, that's what it is.
I have an electric kit. I have a Roland kit.
Cool. That'd be fun. I'd like to dabble on one of those one day.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun because you can put your headphones on. You can just give her.
Totally.
You can overplay tracks and stuff to it, and
that's wicked.
Yeah, and they've come a long way since the first set of them.
Incredible,
yeah. You can get up to 50 sounding drums and everything. They really have come they're quite impressive. They really, really are.
Yeah, you guys make me want to buy one now, because it's that's before having a family. It's not that great to be just. I guess I don't know. I don't have to play it too often. That's one of the reasons why I don't play the drums too often.
Well,
but
yeah, my
favorite thing to do,
because even through your neighbors hate your guts.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh well, yeah, I know. I was thinking about setting it up into the garage, and I was like, no, the furnace room will work.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it has nothing to do with the drums why they hate my guts, but.
All right. Well, I almost had a total disaster there. That was good.
What'd you do?
Well, there's you got these bottom panels. They're the way they put this one together compared to the Star Destroyers and stuff, way more rigid and super sturdy and stuff. But the bottom panels, they actually have balls in Technic studs along the bottom, and then there's balls in each of the thing. And when I was pushing in the other side, there's nowhere to hold underneath to give it support. So I was actually holding on the other bottom wing side. I don't know if you can see that under there or not.
Mm-hmm.
I was holding on the other side, and when I pushed, it actually pushed the whole bottom plates off. I just it came right apart, but it went back together pretty good. So
Why would you do that?
I don't think you want to do
you
that.
know, it's part of the adventure of it.
Yeah. Well, it is the 22nd bag, right? You're
It's
almost
about the
done.
journey, guys.
It was bag 24.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
that's
Didn't-
odd.
Nobody told me it was amateur hour. I didn't realize.
what's amateur hour? But guess what? I'm on to box 2. Where's box 2? Oh, it's over there.
Wait, there's 2 boxes in that set?
2 boxes.
That's
This thing is durable, man. Like
Not
seriously,
even
you can
that.
pick it up from the. Like you couldn't do this with the Star Destroyer. Look at.
not with that attitude.
I'm holding from the very bottom, like the. There's the.
That's pretty
You
good.
so could do that. Go grab it. Show everyone that you could do that to it.
Hell to the no.
Yeah.
You hear the Lego rain down. That's the end of that. I would literally scoop it into the box and start looking for a new one.
I got some
Eric,
parts.
the store I went to, the guy like he was showing me all the stuff they had in the back room. Like they've got a bunch of stuff out on display, and then they've got a bunch of box sets in the back room as well that they'll bring out, or if people are asking about them. He said they're also going to start. It's really nice. They're going to start an online store as well, so that they can sell.
You must have a lot of product then, hey?
Yeah, but he had 5 Imperial Star Destroyers sitting there, like built ones that people have brought in, and he's like, "I'm turning. I don't want any more of these. Like, I have to turn people away because they're so big, right? And you can't put them anywhere. Even if he wants to sell them, he can like put one out at a time." But,
I'm actually surprised people took them in like still together because they're.
I know it'd be hard to move.
Well, it's just such a like a shitty set to have the in the vehicle. I think that's one of the ones that Matthew didn't destroy, but
It's weird though. None of his had any Duplo bricks or quarters.
not even one.
Sounds like a bad deal.
I'm like, are you sure you don't want one more? I know a guy who's got.
His is sealed in the
Premium
box.
Lego parts. Premium.
Oh no.
I kind of want to just put them up like used parts for sale and just sell them with the UCS box.
With the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said when Tanner told me about it. I said, "Did you ask the guy if he needs a box?" And I know a guy that has a box.
It's in pretty rough shape, but still. It's still
Got a hole in the side.
it could work.
Wendy says bottom of the 4th, 4-3 Arizona over Texas. I'm a little sad about that because the Cardinals this year, their pitching was awful, just terrible. And the ace for the Diamondbacks was a Cardinal that they traded like for a bag of balls 4 years ago. Like when he was a rookie in their farm system, and they apparently didn't think they needed really good young pitchers.
Don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, right. So that makes
Do you know in the World Series here, like that, like the last update seemed like it was a while ago. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Do they still have the time, like where you have to pitch within like 30 seconds or 20 seconds or something still going on?
Yeah, the pitch clock is still in the playoffs.
Okay. Wasn't sure if they would take
Yeah,
that.
the only
change
rule
it or
that
something.
doesn't stay in the playoffs is the extra innings rule.
Okay.
So during the regular season, if the game goes beyond 9 innings, they start the inning off with a guy on second base. Like that's how it starts.
No, with nobody out.
Nobody out, and a guy automatically on second base.
So
Both teams get
the
that
last
by the
out,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, made the last out goes up. So
Okay.
it's
So it's kind of like a shootout in the hockey playoffs, right? They don't do
Right.
shootouts in hockey playoffs either. But
Cool.
it is strange though. It's like a wiffle ball league rule.
right.
But I actually enjoy the pitch count I think, or the clock. It's sped up games. Actually, I've probably watched more baseball games this year than I have in probably the last 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
Cool.
Agreed.
You
It was bad when guys are going up there and like between the batter stepping out every 5 seconds to adjust his gloves and the pitcher stepping off every 5 seconds. It was just
you had to dedicate 4 hours sometimes to just watch a baseball game, and it's too much. And they're actually, I didn't read it. I just saw the article quickly before I jumped on. I guess Manfred's trying to get rid of the, what do they call it? Well, anyway, they want to try to get starting pitching back to where it used to be, where you've got your starter going 6, 7, 8, 9 innings, and get rid of the bullpen games.
okay.
Which is interesting. I don't know how they'll tackle that, because that's something that has to be worked out in the minors and little leagues, right? Like, pitchers aren't really geared to doing that kind of stuff anymore.
Well, pitchers are trying to throw as hard as they can now.
Right.
It's not conducive to going long in games unless you're Nolan Ryan or unless you're taking steroids.
Right. And it's crazy, right? Like pitch counts, like how delicate they are with pitchers nowadays, and the injuries haven't slowed down at all.
Yeah.
It's probably
they're throwing harder and they're not. Hey
there, Abe.
Hey.
They're throwing harder. They're throwing with bad mechanics, and
it's tough when you're constant guys coming out throwing 98 plus.
Yeah.
You watched the I think you and I have talked about it before. Was it a Netflix documentary? It was something about the evolution of the fastball in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, Netflix. I think it's called The Pitch or something like that. Yeah.
And I didn't realize this over the years where the radar gun was.
Yeah, the Nolan Ryan thing.
Right?
Yeah.
So Ryan, if he was pitching today, wouldn't it have been? It was like an extra 2 or 3 miles an hour. It was substantial, right? He'd be like throwing 108 or something.
108. Yeah.
Yeah. Unreal.
That guy was just like nothing else. He was like nothing else. Like
when he was on, you just couldn't hit him at all. There's just no chance.
I could hit him with a Chevy truck.
Yeah. Let me get a swing at him.
Cinnamon.
But yeah, I do kind of miss those, pitchers duels, going late into games. You look at, it's a long time ago, but the Subway Series, Leiter goes 130 something pitches into the ninth, and just battled, right? I mean, he ended up losing it in that inning, but we won't see that kind of stuff for a long time. Again, those tools I miss.
2011 NLDS, Cardinals versus Phillies. Game 5 in the NLDS, but the final game of the series, Chris Carpenter, Roy Halladay battling. Both of them pitched 9 innings. It was a 1-run game.
You guys are sorry. Halladay, I'm a big Halladay fan. Sorry, they were lucky to have the Phillies, right?
Yeah, and he and Carpenter were best friends because they pitched in Toronto together. So those guys were best friends, and just like they were predominant pitchers of their time in that time period, and just battling the final game of a postseason series, one run game, and both of them going 9 innings. It was insane. I loved games like that. I liked watching pitchers duels.
Yeah, like offense is great. Don't get me wrong. We want to see people hit dingers, but there's nothing like the suspense of a pitcher having to go out there and match the other one, and then get out of some jams, and just the art of it. Of pitching through an order 3 times
Right.
just gone, right? Like it's
Absolutely.
sometimes they're not even going through the order twice. They're just I miss that stuff.
Yeah, Todd said, "Did you see when Randy Johnson hit the bird with a pitch?" Yeah,
Yeah, that was
insane.
That bird just explodes.
Yeah, I love it with Randy Johnson. I love the All-Star Game clip of John Kruk up to bat.
Yeah,
And he just throws it over his head, and Kruk takes the helmet, puts it on backwards, and goes on the other side of the plate.
yeah. That guy was insane too.
Oh.
That guy was so intimidating.
Oh. Well, because the lack of control he had too, right? Like,
Yeah,
he got better as he got older, but sometimes you had no clue
right.
where it's going. So we probably shouldn't talk too much baseball because we'll probably lose people. But my dad and I were talking about this, so I'm curious what you guys might think. Game 7, and you can either pick one from your generation and Hall of Famer, from any other generation, or just any pitcher. Game 7, who are you going with? So let's just say this generation. Who are you going
Bob
with?
Gibson.
Okay.
This generation.
Yep. So Bob Gibson would be your all-time, right?
Ultimate, yeah.
Yep.
But this generation, man. So define generation.
Okay, so let's probably say what? Maybe 90s to today.
Okay.
So that's as pitching kind of evolved a little bit more.
Yeah. Let me think a bit.
Okay.
Somebody else has one.
So since I've already answered these questions with my dad, for this generation, I'd go Pedro Martinez.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's just filthy. Even though I'm a Yankee fan, I loved Pedro Martinez.
That's a good one.
And then
John Smoltz, that's a good one.
I said Gibson as well. And then the only other person I was thinking was Koufax. I was back and forth between Koufax or Gibson, but Gibson was just. I mean, they changed the pitcher's mound because of Bob Gibson.
Right.
Like that's how dominant he was.
And he was a hitter too. He was a good hitter too.
Yeah.
Oh man, this generation. There's a lot of guys in this generation.
There's a lot of good options.
Really dominant pitchers.
And solid guys that, you might take for a ninth game that maybe over somebody else. Like there really is a good crop of pitchers.
I'd probably say Roger Clemens.
Yeah. Intimidating guy, threw hard, wasn't afraid to back hitters off the plate, which doesn't happen anymore.
He was just a big game moments kind of guy too.
Yeah.
Like between the Red Sox and the Yankees and the Astros and who else did he play?
Steroids.
Toronto.
He was good in Toronto, right? He recreated his career when he went to Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't the same pitcher when he left Boston.
And yeah, he was on steroids, but I don't care because all the hitters were on steroids too.
Right.
So who gives a shit, right?
And
like it was an even playing field.
Yeah, and they were doing it for recovery. They weren't doing it
The
to
pitchers
bulk
were,
up or anything. They were doing it to try to keep their arm healthy to continue pitching.
Yeah. Yeah, Clemens was, especially when he and Oswalt on the Astros,
Rocket.
those guys together were like they would shut down lineups. It was insane.
Shut down the line.
Anybody else got any other choices?
Kevin, broodski.
Wayne.
I don't know enough about it, so I'm gonna have to go with Doc Halladay.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a great choice. No,
It's
that's
a good
For sure. Yeah.
yeah. No, he was dominant.
Yeah, he's incredible. But he had one World Series with the Phillies, right? And 08 and took them in 09. Didn't the Phillies play the Yankees in 09? Yeah.
I don't even remember. Wow.
Yeah, it was. So they won the World Series in 08. They lost the World Series to the Yankees in 09.
Yep.
And then they lost, I think in the next 2 years, they lost. It was like this weird step down for them. They won the World Series in 08. They lost the World Series in 09. They lost, I think, in the NLCS to the Giants in 2010, and then they lost in the NLDS to the Cardinals in 2011.
Yeah. And then that team kind of split up, right? Like
Right.
Utley went, I think, to Arizona, maybe.
Yeah.
And then Howard was never the same hitter again.
After the Achilles injury, yeah.
Sorry,
Nice.
hockey. There you go.
Wayne Gretzky. Brett Hull.
Brett Hull's a piece of shit.
Steve Yzerman. Oh, get out of here. Brett Hull is awesome. Don't be mad. Brett Hull was not a piece of shit. You know Wayne Gretzky played here too, right? Is he a piece of shit now?
Talk to Gretzky about his time there. He loved it.
He did, actually. He met his wife here.
Are you drunk?
He met his wife here.
No, he didn't.
Look it up, Kevin. His wife is from St. Louis.
I know she's from St. Louis, but
he met his wife while he was playing here.
Get him to sign anything St. Louis.
Okay.
He won't do it.
He will, because he loved it here. He didn't love the coach. But he loved the city. He loved playing for the Blues. The coach was an ass bag. I mean, okay. Wayne, go sports.
You know what?
I've been playing NHL 24 on PlayStation 5. I used to play that all the time, and I just been jumping back into that recently. I don't know
what you guys play.
I do right now. I just do like the online like HUT like Ultimate Team where you make your own guys.
Oh, okay.
You don't make guys. You get cards and you play it. It's tough, dude. It's annoying getting beat by like 12-year-olds and 8-year-olds.
Video games have gotten like, especially sports games, they've gotten too complicated. They've gotten way too complicated. Yeah. I used to every year I'd get the show game. And it just
definitely
kept getting harder and harder.
Yes, I actually recently picked that up. I think last year's version used.
Nice.
I was like, I want to play baseball game. It's been a long time. It's probably since like Triple Play. Right. It's probably the last baseball game I played because Xbox didn't have anything after that, right? For the longest time. And yeah, it's like impossible, even on just like a normal level. So I moved it to beginner and it's just way too easy.
Right.
5 home runs in the game. It's just ridiculous, you know?
There's no in between.
No. But I miss that of Triple Play, of getting so good, of being able to, line up where the pitch was and do all that stuff. But when you don't have the time to invest in it like you used to as a kid, it doesn't make it enjoyable at all.
Right.
No.
Like going and getting your ass beat in Call of Duty, right?
Exactly.
Well, see, I never got into online gaming because that was, when I was in college, that's when it started kind of picking up. So I was always just used to either a friend was over or I'd play the computer. So I never got into playing online. I would play friends online, but I just never would start a random game.
I didn't do any of the shooters or anything like that, but I played MMOs for a couple of years. I did the World of Warcraft for a while, and I did the Star Wars one, which was really good. The Star Wars: The Old Republic was a really good.
Yeah, Old Republic, Old Part 1 and 2.
I honestly, I have no clue what does MMO mean.
Massive multiplayer online role-playing game. MMORPG.
MMORPG or something.
Yeah, so I think it's massive multiplayer online role-playing game.
Okay. So the only game probably similar that I've ever played to that, and again, it wasn't online, would be like Elder Scrolls, right? So that was old gold game, right? Yeah. But that was kind of, I don't know, was there stuff like that? Probably on PC, but not.
Yeah, it was all PC.
Yeah. See, and I never got into PC gaming either.
You guys ever played Myst, on the computer a long time ago? It's an old game.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They remade it in VR, and I had it on my VR and was playing it. It was pretty fun going through it, and it looks just like the game. It's obviously it's just the same graphics basically, but you're in first person kind of view walking around.
What about Avoid the Noid? Anybody play that on the computer way back in the day?
I believe so.
Avoid the noise. The Dominoes game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tell me you played it.
I didn't play a lot, but
Yeah.
of course, yeah, of course.
It was like,
Nice.
was
Wendy
it
says-
on a 3.5 floppy or like one of the larger
Yeah,
ones,
the
right?
same as Oregon Trail. Same as that. Wendy said Alberta hockey was Charlie Huddy and Doug Waite, new members of Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame. Doug Waite was the St. Louis Blues guy as well.
Yeah. He was drafted by the Rangers.
Oilers of the late 80s were
I
strong.
think he was a second round choice of the Rangers. Yeah, they made the Rangers wait in that game for that ceremony, just for the Rangers to trounce them 3-0. It was ridiculous. Oh, Kev's not here to listen. All right, let's table this till he gets back.
Aspen said Elder Scrolls was great. Jen says she loves PC gaming. And Aspen and Jen have both played Myst.
Yeah, see, that was crazy to me because I always just played sports games, right? So Joe Montana football, right, for the Genesis and NHL, all that stuff.
Ken Griffey Jr. Home Run Derby.
Let's go even farther back. How about Tecmo Bowl and Super Tecmo
Yeah.
Bowl? Yeah.
Blades of Steel.
Yeah.
Is that Wayne Gretzky's Blades of Steel?
I think so.
Or I think
it
I
was.
think
I
it
don't
is,
know.
right?
I don't remember if it was affiliated with any actual player because I think they only had like 6 teams. in the
Okay.
game.
He definitely had a for sure one, but yeah, maybe it wasn't.
It might have been.
Then,
I don't know.
Madden football and
Yeah.
what are the other ones? Blitz. I think there was one called Blitz on
Yeah, NFL Blitz.
NFL Blitz.
So did both of you guys or either of you guys have the Genesis?
I did. Yeah.
Yep.
So what system did you choose or did you go to or get after Sega Genesis? Like when the first PlayStation, all of that stuff started coming out.
N64.
PS2 is my next one after
Okay.
Genesis.
Oh.
I made the terrible mistake because I loved Sega.
You
That
did
I-
the Game Gear.
I know the
Or not the
Sega
Game Gear, but
Saturn.
Sega Saturn. I don't even
Dreamcast?
remember that one.
Exactly.
Oh.
You shouldn't remember it because it was
Yeah.
god awful.
Yeah,
They
my
didn't make
cousin
many
had that.
games for it. The only game they were a little ahead of their time. They were doing a lot of first person in almost like VR. So they had a football game and it would, it snaps to the quarterback and now you're the quarterback looking through the helmet. And it would just be like one of 4 plays, and it would either be a run, and then you would watch a video of the running back run the ball.
Terrible.
And then you'd watch a video of the receiver catch the ball.
That sounds awful.
It was horrible. And then after that, I think PlayStation 2 might have been one of mine, but I think my dad went and got the N64 at a pawn shop.
Nice.
But yeah, the Saturn was see if there's videos talking about the Sega Saturn. It's god awful.
Okay. PlayStation 2, they had Call of Duty, and then they had this network adapter you could add to your PlayStation 2 so you could get online. Did you guys ever get that?
Yeah.
No,
I remember getting that after Christmas and plugging it in and not knowing what I was doing exactly. Just I'm playing with people online and
right.
And there's a red dot over there and it was fun.
Yeah. Early online gaming.
When they were easier, right?
When you couldn't talk shit to people either. You're just playing the game. You're not talking to them. And
yeah.
And then I'm horrible at first shooter games. Never been good at them.
Yeah.
The only one I ever was good at was GoldenEye.
Nice.
For N64.
Yeah.
That one's
That's a
classic.
good one. Totally, man. Me and my sister and brother used to play that all the time.
All right. Kevin says his computer just died. He's trying to get back in. Yeah. What else on Genesis? There's another sports game.
Sonic.
NBA Jam, obviously.
Yes.
NBA Jam. Oh, the lights, the net would go on fire.
In Fuego.
Yeah. From downtown.
Yeah.
Boom shakalaka.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh,
Played
that's so
the
good.
crap out of that. And
They used to there was a video rental store near my house, and every Friday they'd run a special 5 games for $5. It would end up being
Cool.
$5.05. So I would go in, steal a bunch of quarters from my dad, walk down when I got home from school, get my 5 games, and then go right back home and then use them all the time. And I would get like 2 or 3 of the same games every time, but then I would mix in a couple that I had never played. And one that I really enjoyed was a dodgeball game.
Really?
Yeah. Really, really interesting game.
How old were you when you were
looked
doing this?
Oh gosh, stealing my dad's money and walking down. I was probably, I don't know, maybe 12 to 14. Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was, so picture the guys in Double Dragon playing dodgeball. That's like the villains. That's basically what the game
I think I remember that game.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
You could jump like really high and then throw it. And if you timed it right, the ball would like go iridescent.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. That I never owned that game, but I would rent it almost every week.
Cool.
And then I got really into when I was in college, I got really into the NCAA football games, the EA Sports.
Yeah, those were really good.
Yeah, they were, because you'd have the mode where you could like be a college recruit, and then you could play for your 4 years in college, and then win the Heisman and get drafted.
Yep. I ended up enjoying a lot more like in the NHL series later on of doing like the GM mode and then trying to build a franchise. So I would then
just spinning it.
Yeah, and I would trade all my guys to get as many like first overall picks as I could, and then just I loved that aspect of it. But then as the games developed further, they just added way more things that went on.
Yeah.
And I
worrying about the facilities, like, your bathrooms need to be updated.
I'm the general manager. I'm not the owner here. Why am I worrying about like the
You're Jerry Jones.
You're
Jerry Jones. That's
like,
why.
I don't care.
You do everything.
I have some membership or something I'm paying for on PlayStation. It's EA, some sort of pass, and it gives me 10 hours of access to like brand new games. I have downloaded Madden, I downloaded FIFA, and I can play up to 10 hours before I have to actually buy the game. So it's a pretty cool, like you can kind of get in and kind of like for NFL, I kind of played it for a bit, and I played some. I'm not a huge NFL fan, but I do like the games and stuff. And so I used to like playing the like not Road to the Show, but like where you're trying to like be a superstar or whatever you want to call it, like that kind of like that mode. That mode's fun because it's like it's little games, it's playing in the games, and
so
anyways, I got it out of my system.
Do you create a player based on you?
For sure.
So here's the question then. Do you go true to your attributes of like height,
Close.
or are you like, I'm 6'9",
I try as best I can.
I'm 7 foot tall?
Well, I'm 6'2", and when they were trying to make like the quarterback like 6'4", and I'm like, I'm not 6'4", so I was trying to make it smaller, and then like it was like, I'm gonna be really small compared to all these other guys.
Yeah.
So I left myself at 6'4", but everything else, typically like in hockey and stuff, when I make my own guy, I try to make it as close as possible. Dude, you ever heard of? Sorry to cut you off there, but the EA, it's called EA Game Face, I think it was called.
No.
You took a picture straight on, and then a profile picture, and you loaded it up online on the EA website, and they'd make your character. So you could play FIFA and like hockey, and like they only did it for a few games. They didn't carry it on. I don't know why.
They probably concerns of where do those pictures go of your face.
Maybe, I guess. Fair enough.
I mean, who
but
cares,
still,
right? Like they probably someone has it anyway who wants it.
There you go, exactly. So anyways, that was really neat.
I would do the same thing because I'm not nearly as tall. But then there would be times I'm like, no, I'm gonna have fun with this, and it'd be like, I'm 6'8", 300 pounds, and then you're just destroying people on the ice. Like, when I'm the 5'10" player, like everyone just knocks me off the puck or knocks me off my skates. But when you're 7 foot tall, 300 pounds,
now it's your turn.
You just go through people like a freight train.
Oh yeah, no, it's that's fun to do for sure.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I got Kevin on the phone. He's not gonna make it back on tonight. He's having some computer technical difficulties that even Yana can't fix.
Oh no.
So
Yana.
we're around the 2-hour mark though, so I think we're gonna wrap it up. Probably a good time to say
sounds
goodbye
good.
to everybody.
Yeah. Good.
So he's still on the line with me because he's gonna like hit the end button when he's done.
Yeah. Good timing, Kev. Way to go.
Yeah, no kidding.
Go on speaker.
I can. He said it's amateur hour. Hang on, I'll put him on speaker.
let's hear him insult us from the phone.
Goddamn amateur hour. Got a extra radio, obviously.
That's not you. We all have that on recording on our phones. That's our ringers when you call.
Don't know what's going on. My computer just totally took a crap. So
You know why? Because it didn't like your hot take about Wayne Gretzky not liking St. Louis. That's why.
Yep.
Wayne Gretzky still doesn't like St. Louis, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and Wendy was talking about how good Doug Waite was, and he was really good when he was a Ranger and a Blue, but he sucked in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. They made, the Rangers wait to beat Edmonton just to watch those guys get their name put on a wall. Like, ooh, wow.
Right.
Cool. They wouldn't even retire their number. They just got their name up on the board.
All right.
He wasn't
Well-
the Hall of Fame, so he must be kind of okay.
I did though. They did just real quick. They I've talked about it before. So before the game started and they're showing the rink, there was the guy that they put up on the screen, Kev, that talks, about stuff before every single Oilers game. I think it's the native Canadian.
Yeah. The native
Can you not see his name?
Americans,
I don't know what his name is.
Oh.
Chief Turtle.
All right. We're gonna say goodnight. Remember, we are not streaming next week. Kevin's gonna be in Vegas, having a good time, peeing and bees. But we will be here for episode 100 on November the 3rd. So tune in. It's gonna be a wild time. Thanks everybody for coming, and stay safe. And that's a nice looking X-wing you got there, Andrew.
Thank you.
I like the B-wing better.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Good night, all.
Good night. See you later, Kevin.
Is he
Amateur.